Y'all ready to roll?
4 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, it is. 4 o'clock.
I was waiting for the lawyer, man.
There's an echo.
All right, let's call this meeting to order.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Who'd like to say the prayer?
I will.
Go ahead, bud.
Well, God knows that He helped us out tremendously with this storm. And, you know, we have no way of controlling these storms, but He just had His hand again on Double Oaks. And he made it. I don't know what would have happened if that storm would have came right over us. I guess we'd have had water in our houses. But we were so blessed, and I want to thank God that what happened. And of course, we're thankful for all these people that are here today to try to help our city and hope that we make the right decisions and will be led in His time. We ask that in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Let's do roll call.
Bud Marandino, Ward 1.
Jim Wright, Ward 3.
Sherry Mitchell, Mayor.
Roger Manette, Ward 1.
Me here, Ward 2.
Jeff Thibodeau, Ward 3.
Any conflict of interest statements? Any citizens' comments?
None tonight, Mayor.
Alrighty. On the agenda for review approval of our consent items, financial reports, financial for the city and water.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, up for review, approval, action items, consideration, discussion, and approval for equipment that is needed to be purchased for the public maintenance department. Can I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
And a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Who's the public maintenance department?
We got to find out.
Wesley,
We need to know what y'all talking about buying.
it's in your packet. Got a
But
steel
Who
weed
is the
eater?
public maintenance department?
Wesley.
Well, a weed eater is a very broad thing. Okay, you can get a $99 one, or you can get a $8,000.
There's several quotes in there, if you
Yeah.
would look at your packet, sir.
I'm getting there.
Okay, one
So-
more time.
We're going to get a utility trailer,
Yes.
and what are we going to pull that with?
We can put a hitch on the back of the golf cart until we can find a vehicle. But he needs a way to take all this stuff around.
Well, all this stuff being loppers and a weed eater, we need a trailer for that?
No, the point in the trailer, so the reason this came about is because, so unless we have an ordinance that states that the residents are in charge of mowing their own ditches or weeding their own ditches, which I could not find one,
I can't find it either.
the city is responsible for maintaining that. So.
Well,
we have to equip
that is so opening up a can of worms. I mean, you
Well,
know.
I mean, would you rather us flood? Because
I don't
the
think
ditches
we.
aren't maintained?
Well, you know, it's just like the movie. I went and a lady came to the office. It said her ditch was stopped up and wasn't draining. I went over there and took a movie of it. Okay, it had cans, bottles, boards, limbs blocking the culvert. Okay, I mean,
I think what they're saying though, Bud, is that we
Preventive
can't find
maintenance.
an ordinance says that
That's right.
it's the residents' responsibility to clean that.
we went through this a long time ago. Drew probably remembers with the Etheridges. Okay, and he refused to mow that ditch. Okay, and so we couldn't make him mow that ditch because there wasn't any way to make him mow that ditch. I mowed that ditch finally because I told him, he was a friend of mine. I said, look, man, you made a stand. You did what you did. You know, let's just cut the grass and go on. You know. But,
So so there's a difference between the easement, the right of access to build, construct, and maintain drainage features versus the obligation to maintain it, because for the most part, residents own that area and they have the obligation to maintain their property. So if we can legally go and do it if we need to, But for the most part, and look, I'm painting with a broad brush here. For the most part, they own that property and are obligated to take care of it.
When
Well,
you
I'm
say
gonna disagree
that
with you.
property, you talking about the ditch?
They don't,
Yeah.
Up to the
their property line
center of the
ends
street,
before
up
the
to the
ditch.
water meter.
I thought it was center of the
Water
street.
meters are placed all over.
But you can go look at the property line stakes.
And that's what I'm saying, I'm painting with a broad brush, like, it's a property about property.
It's
decision.
really, it's really not their property. Their property line stops before the ditch. I mean, my property line is probably
does.
10 feet from the road. You know, I mow it, but it's 10 feet from the road. And that's, you can go look around at all the stobs out here, and that's, you know, the ones that have been recently surveyed, and you can
So,
see.
when the people down here, I forget their names, on Sweet Gum, gave us the easement to DD6 to get in there,
That's right.
they gave us that property?
No,
No,
they gave DD6 the right to go down that property and maintain that ditch and have access.
But DD6 has an easement up to some point.
That's just DD6. That's between them and DD6. Has nothing to do with the city.
that's a little
Well,
bit,
what's the difference around an easement, whether it's the city or, I mean, the easement in front of your house?
It's not an
It's
easement.
not an easement.
What is
Not
it?
an
I
easement.
mean, they call it a utility easement, but it's really not an easement.
It's not.
Well, why
It's
isn't that my
weird.
responsibility to mow my ditch?
It's not stated in the ordinances that it is your responsibility.
Well,
We're
what-
basically saying it's not the
Can we
citizen's
do that, Drew?
responsibility.
Can we make an ordinance that says that that the people are required to maintain their yard up to the road, including their ditches,
We
as far as
cannot,
mowing?
we cannot impose a burden that exceeds where their property ownership ends.
So
If I
see,
rem- If I remember this correctly, way back when, it was always one of those understood things.
it
That
absolutely
It was
is.
understood under the spirit of the rule that we were supposed to main up to the road.
Why
wouldn't
wouldn't
a
a homeowner not want to?
But I understand that, but it was always-
To
it-
help prevent.
But in the spirit of the rule and the law, you're supposed to do that. And that's where that gray area came in, because we had that for a long time ago when I was mayor, my first round.
Well, the
And
real
the spirit
problem,
of it is that you maintain it, that's where we got them, and they had to do that.
yeah, the real problem is not with the homeowners, the real problem is with these vacant houses
That's
that
right.
nothing is happening to them, including the ditches.
That's right.
And that's what I mean, there's some people that don't mow their ditches often as
Some people
others do
can't.
because it's difficult or whatever, but, most of them are mowed to kill.
Most of them. I'd say 99%. We're reacting to
those-
1%.
But those that aren't are vacant property, which brings us back to what are we gonna do about the vacant property?
We're gonna
Vacant property, the easements give us the right to go onto it. And
All right, wait a minute, we're trying to decide whether we wanna buy a weed eater or not to go weed eat those ditches. And where I am, if there's nobody out here that's gonna mow that ditch, then we've got a maintenance department that we're willing to spend money on and buy equipment for to maintain that ditch. And that's what we're in here talking about today, is whether we wanna spend $200-300 bucks on a good weed eater. I don't know about the trailer, I'm not real sure what that
so the trailer is, for one, all we have is a golf cart, or whenever we get a truck, that's fine too. But for some of these vacant properties, there's actual little trees growing in there. What's he gonna do with the brush? You can't just,
Well,
so that was.
really,
is. Yeah, I mean,
Something
that's,
loaded up.
maybe we have to buy a chainsaw too, but,
That was the point of the trailer.
or use a trailer to transport the brush that's got down to
Sewer plant.
which takes us back.
sewer
to where
plant and
we've
then
been
burn it or whatever, you know.
Playing around for the last couple of months is whether we want to get a pickup or not.
Okay, let's roll this back a little bit. An easement gives you the right to enter property owned by someone else. You either own it in fee. Is everyone familiar with owning fee simple, owning the property, right? So someone owns the ditch. An easement is just the right to enter, the right to use it for whatever purposes is defined by the easement. So an easement implies that someone else owns the underlying fee. It's
That's
the
right.
fee owner, the fee simple, property owner of that fee, and it should uniformly be the resident there. I mean, who else would own that little strip? If we own it, then we have to maintain it. If we own it. That's why we mow the boulevards, because we own it. But if it's an easement, the implication is the property owner owns it. And we have the right to do it. So we can, without any restriction, we have the right to enter onto the vacant properties and maintain those.
I think it's okay to do the vacant properties,
Yes.
but I really don't think it's okay to go do a citizen's ditch.
That's
I think-
always been the position we took, and I would generally support that.
Yeah,
And
I think that sets a precedent
yes.
that, I'd rather just apply pressure to the resident to mow his front yard. Typically, if we've got an ordinance that says they gotta mow their grass, and if push comes to shove, we could write one to mow their ditch too, or modify that one, say, your yard includes
You
the
don't need
ditch.
to.
Part of it.
You don't need to.
Well,
It's
I don't
a-
think we do either, but I'm just saying that to me, I wouldn't even fool, I'm kind of with Bud. Right now, the problem is not with the residents, the problem is with vacant houses. Now, some of them are maybe owned by a resident, or maybe owned by somebody else, but then that goes back to following up on our
Weed lien.
property.
All right.
And we also have a contractor that mows out here, that if one of those ditches became a problem, we could tell him to go weed eat it.
And then we could impose a lien based upon
That's
The-
right. And that's what we've done so
costs
far.
associated with that if we gave them notice.
We've done that so far.
Yeah,
How
but
we gonna-
The city's never gonna get that money.
Well, you never say never.
Are we talking about just the vacant ones right now?
I'm talking about just the
Well, I
vacant.
would be too.
All right, I'm all not for weed eating or maintaining citizens' ditches. I mean, if they have a drainage problem, then we will go and we will report it. I was wrong the other day. I took the movie of the thing and then I showed Sabrina, and Sabrina said we need to put a work order in to have the county come out and fix it, and she was 100% correct, okay, on that problem, because that ditch needed to be dug out so it could get to the DD6 ditch. Now, I've had a work order in to clear this pipe out for over a year, okay? I texted Brandon Willis the other day, because he's told me, whenever you need something, let me know, I said, well, we kind of need to get, that water was backing up, almost getting in these people's garage down here on the corner when we had those heavy rains past Mr. Clump's house. So I text him, and within a few minutes, Sabrina got a call from them, and we put another work order in, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna come out and do that. It's not that they're not gonna do that. Did you?
I did, but Brandon, the one who does the culverts and stuff, said he came out here and did it, but I told him I don't know what's happening then, because it's still backing up.
Well, in the work order, it specifically said to clean the culverts out
He said he
and,
did.
and dig that ditch out so that it can get to that DD6 ditch
Can I
down
ask
Sweet
can I
Gum.
ask us a
They
silly
didn't do
question?
that.
You laid out the scope of his duties as far as maintenance,
We do.
and what are the scope of his duties as maintenance? Is it to maintain, the water stuff, or is it to maintain grass and do lawn service and, and all that kind of stuff? So what I'm asking is, we're gonna get, and I'm not opposed to getting the guy anything he needs. To me, if he needs whatever, but here, what are we asking him to do? Is he now doing yard maintenance and tree work and, just like you said, brush and all this other stuff, along with doing the meters and everything? So the scope is becoming more and more broad. So what I'm saying is, and that's gonna make that guy extremely busy. So that's why I'm asking, because he's really,
I don't
This is
want to
not-
open
let me tell you something. We need to figure out more ways to keep this guy busy. This
We
guy,
need to keep him busy.
this,
It's
this,
full-time.
Wesley is his name. Wesley has saved a great deal. Rhetoric's not on there. But he's saved us a great deal of money already.
it's good
The
to,
guy's extremely efficient, extremely knowledgeable. Part of the problem is he's so good that we don't have enough for him to do a lot of the times. So as we expand his workload, then these are some areas that we certainly can do that. When you go look, and I can show you on the cost sheets, where he's made a difference in the maintenance costs.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to them at all. I'm just saying, if it's part of the scope of work, then I'm saying, let's get whatever the guy
The
needs.
scope of work was written based on the knowledge of the 3 or 4 people that wrote it, because that's what we needed to do, but there's also a item in there, as all good job scopes have, and anything else decided by.
Exactly.
So your challenge is to figure out what else we need to do and add to that scope of work to do, because I think he's capable of doing that.
But like I said, if he needs it, let's get it, whatever he needs.
Well, yeah, but we're asking for your help. You know, but the guy's changed more meters than read,
Oh, he's a good dude.
I mean, and
Well, it doesn't matter whether he's a
basically,
good dude or not, he does the work, and he does it fast and efficiently.
I think the question we're asking is, and I'm all for this because this is what he's been doing. He's been doing work that we'd have had to pay a contractor to do, and he saved us a lot of money. Okay, so that being said, rather than, I'm all for not calling the contractor and having him do the work. On the vacant houses, I can see where that would be, you know, if just maintaining the ditches on the vacant houses, I can see where that would be a plus to the city, okay? And whatever he needs to do that, then we can get it. But I mean, if we're gonna get him, we're gonna get him a truck, okay? We almost got him a van, we didn't get it. I mean, I probably could still go get it. But you know, he didn't really want a van, he wants a pickup truck. If he gets a pickup truck, I don't see why he would need a trailer. I mean, is it just gonna sit there? Because,
They come in handy.
well,
trailers do.
We've got a little trailer down at the wastewater. No?
not no more.
No, we have a trailer that's got a pump, some equipment mounted on it, but
Okay.
it's not something we're gonna go take off to
Okay.
haul the brush.
I mean,
We did
basically,
assess
the budgeted amount is 2,050, using the still weed eater as what I'm adding into it. We can approve a budget or a dollar amount and then get things a little at a time. Just like when Bud brought the van to council, they approved a dollar amount and then did it from that way.
They have to approve the transaction.
Yeah,
I just don't,
Not
I don't
just the
want
budget,
him,
we have to approve the transaction.
what's funny,
Yeah.
Jeff? Something funny?
I'm not laughing at the situation, I'm just laughing at the method.
I mean, you guys are saying, don't get a trailer right now, so I mean, what do you want to approve?
I mean, isn't that putting the cart before the horse when you don't have nothing to pull it with? I mean, that electric golf cart ain't gonna pull that trailer.
Yeah, are we
His
trying
trailer
to,
now.
Jim, pretty quick?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, I don't know about the trailer. I took a picture of the golf course a couple of days ago. It had shovels,
Yeah.
it had a weed eater, it had a ladder on it. I mean, that's what he was riding around
When you put a
with.
hitch
I
on
passed in this morning, he had all that on there. That's
Yeah.
it.
Needs a rocking chair, be Uncle Jed.
He did have a weed eater, so he has a weed
No, he
eater?
No, he doesn't have, we don't have weed eater.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the question, something to think about, and Bud kind of alluded to it. We have a contractor that does grass and whatever else. And maybe we ought to compare expanding our grass contractor's work to do these ditches to what it would cost us to buy equipment and have, Wesley do it.
Well, I'll say this, I will volunteer my services to help Wesley. Anytime, and I've already done that before, if he needs my tractor, I got a grapple on it. If he cuts down enough trees in a ditch, because I don't know where they're at, but I haven't seen the trees in the ditch, but I'll go try to find them. If he's got to cut down some trees in a ditch, I do not mind going over there and grabbing them and putting them on this pile that we have back over here, or put them on the pile we have over on that vacant lot over there. That's not a problem. If he piles it up by the side of the road, I'll go pick it up. And I mean, to buy a trailer, I mean, he's got to load it, hand unload it. I mean, all I'm saying is I'll volunteer to do that for the city.
All right, the issue on the table is the purchase of equipment. Now, is it my understanding that this includes all of this equipment?
It's including the locker,
weed eater,
and a weed eater, excluding the trailer, which is about $250.
trailer, $250.
No, excluding,
$9,000.
not including the trailer.
Yeah,
It's about $250.
I mean,
The steel weed eater and the lopper.
Like, can't we just get, if y'all want to get him a weed eater, I don't know where he's gonna weed eat, but, I mean, buy a weed eater. I mean. and buy some
I would
other
think that the approval on here ought to be the necessary equipment to clean the ditches and remove brush and vegetation as necessary. And to me, that would.
On the vacant home.
Or for the
Anywhere.
city, for the city. And that would include a weed eater, include lopping shears, it would include a chainsaw, small chainsaw.
Fuel, oil, string,
We bought a chainsaw before.
yeah.
Where is it?
That's not.
I got, that was a
Okay.
can of worms. That
But
thing got
anyway, it's
long.
kinda like that, if we approve amount of, $3,000 to buy necessary equipment for, vegetation and maintenance, and then we determine what that is, and we've approved that. And if we need 2 weed eaters, we go get 2 weed eaters, or whatever it is. Kinda like we did the truck.
Why can't everybody be looking for a truck? Everybody here needs to be looking for a truck.
Well, let's stay on this subject first.
Well, and to your point, Bud, on I don't think you should limit his to just the vacant lots, because there's sometimes you run into play things around some of these meters and things that you can't even get to.
We could do that on a as-needed basis,
Yeah.
but as far as publicly going out there and start weed eating these people's
No.
ditches, I just don't see that happening.
No.
I don't
That'd be
think
a
that's-
big can of worms.
I don't think that's.
I mean, you ride down Sweet Gum, there's 2 or 3 right there when you come in on the right. You come in down the River Bend, there's some houses, and you can see that it impedes the flow. It's not totally causing flooding, but it's impeding the flow down there. There's some places that you can easily point out that we can go down there and do it. You got the guys to clean out that ditch down the boulevard right there by the park, at one time, and I think we sprayed it or something, but it needs attention again. There's just what does he need to do that? And,
Who tells him what to do?
Everybody.
well, he takes directions from Sabrina.
Okay, that's
Sabrina is his boss.
right. That's where it should be.
And he's been instructed to, if he gets instructions from me or anybody else, go back to,
That's right.
tell me he needs a work order.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just chain command.
I mean, when we had Charlie doing that, Charlie go out and do anything, but, then I'd have to chew on him. But then I'd ask him to do something and he'd go do it. So
Well,
I was guilty as anybody, so.
Has any thought been given to the battery system with steel? I wonder if, through looking at what is here, knowing we'd have to have cans of gas and oil and that kind of thing, the maintenance, the upkeep.
I think it should be, I'm with you on that. I think it should be a battery operated chainsaw. I mean, they sell them at
Lowe's.
Harbor Freight for nothing.
I got it.
Those aren't steel batteries.
They're
They
not
don't
steel
fit.
batteries, but for the use that we're gonna use it for, we're not gonna be industrialized use,
I
okay?
understand, but
We don't
steel
need an
batteries
$800
are
battery thing, steel to sit there.
Yeah.
But if we have, you buy those, I've got them Harbor Freight stuff, and I had one, it was brand new, wouldn't work
Their
at all.
Atlas brand is really, really fine.
Mine would not work at all, I just used it a couple of times, a little grinder, cutting wheel, wouldn't come on, I'm pushing the button, wouldn't come on, I didn't have the battery in it, so, I went and put the battery in, it worked fine.
What's that noise?
So,
Yeah, they're
I
Atlas
guess
brand.
if I'm looking at this ordinance, what it says, I'm approving a weed eater, loppers, and even a chainsaw.
well, they got
I'm not-
battery weed eaters.
No, I know they got all that. I'm not saying what detail we need to have.
They've got the blower, they've got all of that.
Pole
with Harbor
saw.
Freight.
Pole saw.
And it's the
everything.
80 volt
And it works.
It's an 80-volt system. It is amazing.
It works.
Let's see if I can get prices.
Pole
on it.
saw, I guarantee you I'd get a handheld one. just
Do
a
y'all wanna,
regular saw.
y'all wanna approve the budget and then approve some money and then go find some, cause if you got, like Jeff said, if he's gonna store gas and oil up here, okay,
You're better
then,
off with Atlas.
then it, he's gonna use it and then 6 months
The
later,
only
he's gonna
oil
go
we would
use
need
it.
For battery operated is for the chain on the chainsaw. They all have to have oil.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Well, that's
you-
oil. That's
Chain
just
oil.
motor oil. That ain't
It's
gasoline.
just chain oil.
Chain oil.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm just telling y'all, those, I know, I deal with Milwaukee and Steel, DeWalt, that's what I deal with, and they last a long time, especially Steel. When you start getting into these other brands and the batteries and stuff, they don't have the capacity, and they do burn out, and your
I've got a
replacements.
Ryobi chainsaw, 6 years old, still going strong.
Understand?
I can attest to the Atlas.
Me too.
I have a Cobalt and one of my batteries failed. I bought all equipment, a weed eater, blower,
Yeah.
trimmer, and one of the batteries just failed.
But he's gonna be using it a whole lot more than what you guys do.
I'd be surprised.
I'll be very shocked if he uses it hardly at all. I'll be floored. Because if he calls me and tells me that there's a bush or something in the ditch, I'm gonna take my tractor down there and pull it up, just like I did, and put it up.
Whatever y'all wanna do, I mean, I'm
Well,
just happy to be here.
I think, see what our cost would be, and then I like your idea, Bud, about our lawn guy, what he would charge, and do a comparison between the two before we say yay on any total amount.
I'm gonna propose that we modify this to authorize $2,500 worth of equipment used primarily for vegetation control in the city.
And I think that should include a pole saw. Because
Well,
there's-
we got the-
All right, Atlas chainsaw's 150, weed eater's 80, the battery's like 250 plus the charger's 60. Haven't found a pole saw yet.
It's there, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hey, let me
it's
tell you
there.
something.
And the blower.
So-
I've used those damn
And the
battery,
blower.
of those.
Do all of that. If we,
I
if we
gotta
do a
have
budget
just
like
a
Jim is
handsaw.
saying,
I'd rather use a
$2,500, we
The handheld
buy
extension.
all of this, because we do have an account with Harbor Freight. That's our budget, we stick within the budget, and that's
Because we
fine.
need, but our
We're not
original
gonna be doing
2050
no
was with the
free
trailer.
But it was, but now Jim's saying 2,500, so we don't really need $2,500 budget.
So what are you saying? 2,000?
We can
2,000.
basically do all of this for probably $1,000, Jim.
Well,
How
make it-
much
make
you
it
got for a
15.
chainsaw?
Well, I mean, we're talking about if we go with Atlas.
Let's
Oh, I
like
wouldn't go
Harbor
with
Freight.
Atlas. You know, I'm kind of like Roger. I'd rather use quality equipment. I said that earlier.
So when we put it up in the auction,
We
I
get
wanna
more
buy-
for
5 years from now, we'll get.
We'll get more for it. We get $2 for it.
All right, you guys pick a budget, and then we can work up that budget.
And Bud mentioned one thing that I want to respond to, that yes, many years ago, they bought a chainsaw for the city, and as emergency management, I got to use it once. It was down in that building. Where it happened after that, I have no idea, because somebody pilfered it, and that was a long time ago, but that's been a ongoing thing that I'm gonna try to put to rest.
We can
I don't
put
have the
asset
dead
tags on it.
chainsaw. But,
We,
we've had a flood since then and all that, but
All right, let's pick a budget,
$2,000.
$2,000.
25.
Going once.
Let's
going
look for
twice.
battery stuff.
All right,
think you're
we're
gonna
gonna
need
do
25.
2,000, we're gonna do 25.
Sherry, you just said you only need 1,000, so.
Well, I mean, but he's
You
saying
gotta
he
have
wants to
wiggle
do,
room.
yeah.
I know you need wiggle room, but I don't think we need to get a trailer right now.
Well,
I don't
this,
know
this
what we
budget
did.
would not be including a trailer.
Okay.
So what number do you guys want to use for the budget to purchase this equipment?
Well,
2,000 seems sufficient.
Seems like
Okay,
that'll cover it.
2,000.
If it doesn't, I mean, if you go over, so what?
No, you've got to bring it back to council if you
That's
go
okay.
over.
$5
All right,
over.
So $2,000.
So are we not having to bring it back once we get a total price to vote on that
Well-
total
No.
price?
No, we're approving the money.
$2,000.
Just like we approved that truck. It's, the truck money is sitting there. but
Right.
we
Balance
haven't
is
used it.
1650.
We bought a golf cart, but we haven't, the money's still there to get a truck.
How much for the truck?
Hell,
Well,
we
1650
approved
is
20,000 and we only spent
what's left.
3,500, I think. So we have $15,000 left to get a truck, but,
Okay.
you know, I found that van for 8. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to spend what you have budgeted. It doesn't mean you have to spend every penny. You can buy something cheaper.
Okay,
All right,
point of
so-
order.
So we're doing 2,000 for the budget, correct?
Sounds good. I
All
don't
in
wanna be
favor?
weedy.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, up for consideration, discussion, and approval, employee health insurance invoice. Hannah, can I have a motion?
Motion?
And a second.
Second.
All right, any discussion?
Explain.
Explain.
Pay it.
Basically, when Wesley was hired, we meaning me and Sabrina, we misspoke and told him he would have health insurance right away. It was part of the incentive to get him to come aboard to the city. We didn't realize that we should have consulted with council first. So now we have an invoice that we need to pay with your approval. That's why it's being done.
It's because they're not, employees aren't eligible
For
until
90
90
days.
days.
Yeah.
And I was not aware of that. It's in the employee handbook, but I didn't know that.
But do we have, so that it's $4,400?
No.
That's for everybody.
It says
It's 40,
I know what it says, hold on.
current month total.
$890 was previous due.
$451.
Well, that's for all three of them, isn't it?
So
correct.
this is for,
Very
It's
confusing.
B, 7B.
all right. Hold on, where's the spreadsheet? Sorry.
That's for 3 months?
Yeah, it's like $900 every month.
Yeah, previous
It
total
says only
due,
two
total unpaid
employees.
balance.
So in
Like 5
order,
months.
and I'm putting it as a question, in order to an employee to get health insurance, they're listed as a full-time employee, correct? That
Right.
work 40 hours plus,
Correct.
correct?
They're scheduled.
Well, 30-something
Schedule.
hours.
Scheduled.
Schedule 40.
Schedule 40 is full-time, under 40 is not.
1780 is for 2 people?
37.
Is it-
I think it's,
changed it?
yeah.
Yeah, 890 a person.
Yeah, it's 30, it's a little below 40.
He's working 40.
Yeah, he's working 40.
And it's 890 a person per month.
Yeah, so 3 months of that is, for Wesley.
That's why a lot of.
There's
That's why
27,
self-employed
that's
people don't have
26,
insurance.
70 a month.
What we did
So
was,
that's
is we
2 months.
told him he had insurance, he doesn't really, he wasn't supposed to have it, and we gave it to him, and we need to pay it, okay?
So we're
let's just-
paying the full insurance for the employees.
That's right.
So y'all are approving 2670.90 is what,
We're approved,
that's his portion.
that's for the 3 months?
For him.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused because where I work, I have to pay for my insurance.
Well, you
And
pay
city
for
pays-
part of
city
your
pays
insurance.
Part of it, so they're not.
I
paying-
did too.
That's why I asked.
Well, if you wanted
City
that
paying
maintenance
full?
job, we'd have hired you,
Yeah,
right?
we hired you.
What I'm asking is, he's not paying any insurance out of his check?
No, the
Why?
city pays.
City pays
That's
for
a
it.
pretty good benefit to come to work for the city of Bevel Oaks.
I mean, we
I
don't
used-
wanna,
I
I'm
used
gonna
to
tell you
not
right
work
now,
on
we
it.
don't wanna
They
lose
get
him.
lots
I used to
of,
not pay for
vacation
mine
days that are
till
paid,
times
sick days
changed.
that are paid.
Yep.
So,
They get
Mobile
good
would
benefits.
give us a raise and then go up on our
I'm a
insurance
city
every year.
employee.
That's why he left, that's why he left his other job.
2, is that gonna change to 3?
What? No, Heather doesn't have health insurance.
Yes, she doesn't. She has insurance through her husband.
I made a big
And
deal
Is
our
she
out of it.
eligible?
deductibles, right?
Huh?
Her-
She's eligible for it though, then,
Right, but she
No.
doesn't want it. This is something we discussed last year. We gave her the option. She does not want it.
Okay,
So they're
but if
paying
it ever
them.
comes up, she would be eligible.
No,
Yeah,
Why?
Yes, she
she
would.
signed, didn't she sign a
No.
paper?
you
Huh?
can't make her
You can't
sign
make
a
her
waiver.
sign
We've already
anything.
went over this with Janet.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't,
she-
can't
If they're,
sign it
if
away.
they're all eligible if they want it.
Yes,
Correct.
So that's what I want.
If she got a divorce or whatever and she needs insurance,
Okay.
Yeah.
And they also get,
holiday pay,
401K.
401K.
we pay into that.
And free
We
water.
match that though, we give you 2%.
Yeah. So basically, all we need approval for is 2679, which is what we owe for Wesley.
Yes.
Any more
We've got a
discussion?
motion, a second.
Right.
Can we vote?
After you go through the discussion.
If there's no more discussion. Any more discussion? All right,
It's a bill the city owes, we need to pay it.
absolutely. All in favor of paying that amount? Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Up for consideration, discussion, and approval, approving the budget and transaction for placing temporary restrooms and hand washing stations in the park for July and August. Can I have a motion?
Second.
All right. Any discussion?
Who's doing this?
This is part of community
Yeah, I know,
development.
but who's providing it?
WMD.
There's an invoice or a quote. Yeah, there's a quote in your packet.
David.
Jeff, do you want to lead the discussion on this?
Sure. We have been using Republic because they provide our trash pickup. They spun off their environmental, so they no longer offer the potties anymore. So I went with one company that I call a company that I have dealt with and had extremely good service from. And they picked up where Republic left off, and it's actually a really good price. They offer 1 or 2 services a week, and we opted for 1 on this because I don't think it'll be a whole lot of use. So they'll maintain it every week. They'll come by and make sure it's maintained.
Empty and smells like strawberries.
And Jeff, if I remember right, this quote through your email is actually less than what we paid last year.
Is this a
I think last
grand
year-
total? Is that a month or is that for 2 months?
That's for the
Cycle-
entire,
Cycle
entirety.
totals.
From Monday and
And
from this coming Monday through the last day of August.
$809. We're good.
That's good.
I like that.
Yep, and that's 2,
And that's less than last time.
yeah, and that's 2 potties and a hand wash station.
Okay, well, let's, do y'all want to vote, or is there any more? We got to-
No more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, consideration, discussion, and approval for a resolution or a policy in regards to the city accepting cash. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I don't think we should do it.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree, no. Okay, here's. the
I
only
think
thing
you
we're
put the
talking-
people
well,
in the office at risk.
I
Well,
agree.
here, time out, this is what I was brought up, we were having this discussion. If somebody wants to come in and give cash as a donation, that was what all this started, okay?
Sure.
Okay, because some people, like me, I don't use credit cards. If I want to give y'all cash, I'm gonna give you cash,
No, you're not.
okay? But,
I mean, you can't. We don't accept it.
can I finish? Thanks, I appreciate it.
But you said you were.
No, but here's the thing. There are scenarios where people want to give cash. All right? So, state of Texas still, they've not banned where you can't give cash and credit yet, have they?
Have not.
Statement
Okay.
of question.
So, and I know it's to protect, because we've had some people that have pilfered the cash before. But,
We have.
oh yeah, I've been through it with all, as well. But there's no policy stated. Y'all don't have a statement that says, okay? So the reason that I brought this whole thing up is, if we're gonna do that, then make the statement. If you're not gonna do it, then don't make the statement. But you need to have some, and what I view, what I understand is, you gotta have something as approved by the, and it's never been really approved, it's been kinda,
We can make a resolution
that's
stating.
why I brought it up.
Well,
Just the best practice.
It was made as a,
Understanding.
policy.
well, no, as a resolution at a meeting that they would only, that we would no longer accept cash.
That's right.
So it's still the policy, it just hasn't been reduced to written resolution. That doesn't mean doesn't bind us.
I understand, but so,
But I completely agree, and that's why we've changed our policy to always have written resolutions on things. I will tell you, there was a transition period between losing Kimberly. One, Ms. Van Ver, that period, we didn't reduce a lot of what happened at meetings to written resolution. it was made and it has been enforced and it has become a policy of the city, is there a resolution that I can, the only thing I can do is the minutes of the discussion. And so there's I completely always support the issue of doing a written resolution that confirms things. It wasn't at the time, but that doesn't mean it's not necessarily binding. And it has an immense impact, to have the written resolution. So I would encourage a written resolution. You don't have to, but I do want to recognize it was made and it was decided at a city council meeting.
It was.
Like I said, but there's
nothing in writing.
There's nothing in
That's what
writing, and
Don's
that was my
basically
whole deal.
saying.
Yeah.
It's not that guys, I gotta understand something. This ain't my first rodeo, and I'm telling you, people go by the letters of a lot of stuff, and if you don't, they'll go out for bear. So if we want to not do cash, that's fine with me. But put it so that there's no argument.
So we've got a policy and we have a precedent that's been set since whenever. And
nothing in writing.
and the understanding that we don't take cash.
Correct.
So what we don't have is an ordinance that in writing states that. So maybe Don is the one that should write that.
There you go.
It will take me 15.
No, I'm serious. I'm not picking on Don, but
Your point's well taken, but it will take me 15 minutes to write a resolution saying that there's no cash. And y'all can make that decision today, and no further action needs to be taken. I'll just reduce it, and it'll be signed, and it'll be the
Matter of fact,
policy.
Drew, we have to do a
take-
special meeting next week, which I haven't talked to council about yet. So if we can have that no cash resolution by next week's meeting.
We don't need,
we don't need no
We don't
special
need-
meeting.
You don't need
No,
it.
we
We
have
just-
to have the special meeting for other purposes.
we don't need him to vote. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
need to
Y'all
vote on
can,
it.
y'all
It's
can
already
vote
done.
because it's noticed. Y'all can vote now,
Yes.
and what I need is there's no exceptions, or if there are exceptions, you need to tell me now. But
No
otherwise,
exceptions.
y'all can vote on what's on the table is no cash. Vote in favor of that resolution, just reaffirming the policy.
That's right.
I'll reduce it. It'll be
You're right.
signed, and that'll be that.
Yeah,
And y'all can do that today.
my preference is no exceptions, but I would yield to Sabrina because she's the one that would be taking it.
But she may not always be here either.
Well,
Yeah.
but I dang
Yeah,
sure
no-
ain't
no
gonna take it.
exceptions.
You said no cash.
Okay, I don't.
Okay.
All right, any more discussion?
That was easy.
But
All
so,
in-
favor the resolution, right?
All in favor
Of-
of.
So
doing
you're,
the
all in
you're
favor.
voting on a resolution now
Correct.
on
All in
whether there is
favor of-
cash or to affirm that the
That's
city
right.
is not continues not to accept cash.
Correct.
And I will just write a resolution, and it'll be signed by the mayor and Jeff.
There
Okay.
you go.
All in favor of
What
affirming
is-
the resolution of no cash for the city of Bevel Oaks, say aye.
Let me
Any
just
opposed?
add, I'm really relieved y'all did it because
It needs
that
to be done.
type of guidance really helps us with insurance.
Yes.
And if we have forensic auditing, it's really, really helpful. So
of
let me
auditing.
congratulate you on your
That's why we have to have a
policy
special
decision.
meeting next week, is the audit.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, next item on the agenda, consideration, discussion, and approval for purchasing tablets for the Public Maintenance Department and the city. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Wait a
Second.
second. All right, any discussion?
Explain.
What we've got is failed. We need these
The one that he has, according to what I've learned, is it's
doesn't
not
work.
working properly, and he needs another one to be able to hook these meters up that we got. And we need the
Correct.
proper equipment to do it. It's $300. I mean, dang, we're gonna buy a weed eater. I mean, we need to get these water meters
And
working.
Wouldn't it be
actually, we're
part of-
looking to purchase two of them.
Wouldn't that be part of the
Water
No,
department.
scope of work?
It's totally separate.
Okay.
One is gonna be for city side, one is gonna be for public works.
You can get one for $300.
Yeah,
Why are we
What
getting one
kind?
for city side?
because it's gonna be used for code enforcement. That's why.
Code enforcement.
She's gonna be taking her test to do
So
code
this is
enforcement.
gonna, not just whenever I do that, if we do, so.
Somebody
being
has
that
high
he's not
grass
gonna
and-
be maintaining ditches, these people are about to start getting notices because they need to.
Right.
That's fine. That's what
So,
needs to
We
happen.
have to take pictures for that.
And
Okay.
it
I don't
can't be
want
with
that.
her.
Hey, I'm all in
Cell
fa,
phone.
I'm all in favor of having two of everything. So, I mean, if his breaks, then he's got a backup. Or-
Well, and also having a
my
city
question-
side tablet that's taking the pictures,
Pictures.
that's keeping the info, that's for evidence purposes, that's super helpful.
We're
And it
good.
keeps her cell phone from being discovered.
Yes,
Basically.
absolutely, yes.
You don't want to do it on
Absolutely.
your cell phone.
Okay, so we're good with that.
Any more?
It
discussion?
says tablets, so
Yeah.
y'all can
Two of 'em.
authorize two.
Two of them.
Yes. Any more discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, next item on 8, discussion of the items that need to be corrected per the ADA compliance walkthrough. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second, any discussion?
Explain.
Basically, I met with Molly. She and I did a walkthrough with the city of Bevel Oaks, and this is on ADA compliancy. What we need to do is fix this stuff, but we also need to put this out for bid. This is why this is only a discussion item. And in your packet, you'll see exactly what she's highlighting, of the areas that we need to address. And this needs to be complete, from my understanding, before the election in November.
That's easy.
I don't see,
I mean, nothing that she's asking us to do is complicated or expensive.
I actually don't.
Well, there's some concrete work,
Missing it or something.
Yeah, there's some
Does
Does
concrete
it have to be concrete?
no, but it needs to be.
rubber thing, I mean, I don't know what they're called.
So, somebody needs to just be the lead cow on this.
That's
I mean,
right.
I know that Jeff and I briefly talked about, replacing those doors. They gotta go.
Not just the door,
Replacing what?
do all of it.
And there's doorknobs that need to be corrected and things like that too.
You gotta have that kind
Yeah, the handles.
of, and
All right, we discussed it, and and y'all are gonna get bids, right? And bring
That's
it back to
correct.
council.
That is correct.
Well, then we discussed it.
Any more discussion?
So the ground surface shall be stable, firm, and slip resistant. Loose
Well,
gravel,
right now, like,
can
right
cause
by the door
someone-
here, that's a muddy mess.
yeah, says loose gravel can cause someone with uninsured footing, just so it can't be gravel.
So if you look at option 1, that seems to be the
Simplest way.
the most simple way to do it. And it just pour a little bit of concrete just west of the entrance here
Correct.
and label that as van accessible. We'd have to pour over the cap here at the door, make that a little higher, which means we'd need to raise the door anyway. So we're gonna have to make that opening a little bit bigger, a little taller. And then we need a full 36-inch panel, which that's 32. So that entire opening would be expanded, and with you have to have a different set of doors.
Do the doors have to open in for handicap accessible?
She didn't really say anything about
Doors have
whether
to open out.
Well, option
They-
two
Your little
is-
fire code is out.
it's out.
Yeah, it has
Option
to be
two's
out.
already got concrete. All we need to do is paint
There's a
it.
lip, though.
Well,
Yeah,
if you
there is
do
a-
option 2, then you gotta do that hallway
Because of
door.
fire.
on the
Option
next page
2
over.
is considering that we use the bay as our voting area, and we really don't want to do that. We could use this, and we get 2 for the price of 1, being this entire conditioned space would become more handicapped available, and not just that bay out there.
That makes sense to me.
So what are we getting bids on? To fix all of this or?
So,
Should be all of it.
this didn't include there at City Hall.
No, no, no.
I
We
would,
didn't take
if I was
over.
gonna bid that, I would
We shut
include
down in a
making
heartbeat.
City Hall
City
ADA too. I would pour a pad down there at City Hall, because that'll come next. Trust me, you're gonna have somebody out here that's,
It would save us money to do it in
Yeah.
one lump.
Yeah.
there's somebody out here that's initiated this,
Okay.
and I would go ahead and fix that too.
All right, then basically what we're gonna do is we'll put it out for bid and include City Hall.
Okay.
Well, I need to know what all we're doing so I can put it in a scope of work.
Basically, Sabrina, option 1. Then it talks about, on page 4, the door, the 2 inches from the concrete pad where that muddy mess is over there. Then issue 2, with the 2 pictures of the roll-up doors. Observation number 1.
What do we need to do the roll-up doors for if we're making this
Yeah, that's-
ADA accessible?
I don't think that's necessary, Mayor.
Huh?
You don't
Yeah.
think so? Even if we use it for
No.
public events or anything like that?
Oh, well,
I mean, if they're gonna.
I don't think that's
concrete-
necessary.
Well, we
I
don't-
think we need to take one step at a time. Let's do this. And then come back. If somebody complains about that, then we'll come back in 6 months from now.
So-
We really don't have any defined use for the bay.
well, we did use it for
business park
the base
and the
walk, the cakewalk, when we, had breakfast
Yeah, I
with Sandy
remember
year
we did
before
that,
last.
Year before last.
Yeah.
But if this is ADA compliant here, then they can go through there maybe.
Well, it's not. That door's messed
Do
up.
the
No, that
cakewalk
door.
in here.
That's just
You
changing the
can do
handle.
a cakewalk in here.
All right, so let's just concentrate on option 1, which is basically the concrete pad.
Yeah.
Concrete pad here, concrete pad at City Hall, and then,
Concrete pad eliminates all this other stuff. You just put it by the door, like Jeff said, and that eliminates all this Bay Area and all that stuff, and if push comes to shove, we'll just say that the Bay Area is not used for that. You use this.
so Sabrina, it'd be option 1, the building entrance, which is the doors, and then the lip. So the scope of work would be very simple.
Option 1 on page 2, option 1,
Uh,
issue number 1 on page 4, and
Yes, I
Well,
think that would be sufficient.
you also, on page 5, you might as well change that doorknob, huh? You can fix that lip.
That's something that actually our maintenance department can do with the doorknob.
Okay,
We
let's
have
do
Wesley
that.
do it.
And then we decide we want to go ahead and pour that little pad over there at the other
Yeah,
building?
at City Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to
No.
look just like option 1 here, only in reverse.
Exactly, at City Hall.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff, if we're changing those doors, and they're gonna have to be the rocker handle, I don't know what they're called.
Lever.
Isn't there a way to get a fingerprint type? Because right now we're doing codes.
Mhm.
Maybe we can get the ones that have fingerprints.
If you have a fingerprint. My wife can't use one of those because, not even on her phone. Her fingerprint will not register anywhere.
Okay, so
Witness
we're
protection.
getting bids.
It's all those years of
So we'll need to
sanding
look
their.
at Exactly.
Steven.
So she could kill you.
We're just getting bids, right? Why don't we just
We're just gonna
approving to
send it out
get
for
bids?
bids.
Yeah, we
Yes.
only got till November.
Sabrina,
to
are
get it
you
done.
clear on what we need to get bids on?
Yeah.
Can we go ahead and vote on this or whatever?
Well, there's
It's
no,
just
there's no
a
voting,
discussion.
it's just discussion.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and move on to 8B. Discussion of items needed for the firework vendor per resolution 2025-0619B. Basically, this is just restating what Jeff has brought us every year since we started this. And is there any discussion?
We're gonna have bounce houses?
But this has nothing to do with bounce houses.
Okay,
This
okay.
is, basically, it's documentation that Jeff's gonna bring, the data sheets, the invoice which he'll bring, and copy of the firework permit
Are we
and the
voting
sales
on
tax.
this or something?
No, we're not voting.
Okay.
It's
So-
just discussion.
So part of the discussion, as far as the MSDS sheets, the ones that are on file are sufficient. Yeah, because whenever I went to the manufacturer, I asked for everything they sold. And so what you have is everything that manufacturer sells. We're not gonna get it all, but it's there. And whether anybody reads it or even knows what to do with it, you have it. So that's a done deal.
Can, that's when you weren't here, you were actually.
Oh, okay.
So the next would be his most recent sales tax and this
His
year's
permit.
permit. He's on vacation through Sunday. He said he'll get it to me next week.
No, that's more than fine. The data sheet, send that when you send, I know you're gonna use it from last year, but that way it'll be dated for this year. So re-email it, I mean, it's just numbers. So when you send over the permit and the sales tax permit, that we will have it all together.
Okay?
Any more discussion? All right, next item, discussion for insurance for bounce house water slide providers. Drew, you want to start us off? Do we need insurance or do we not need insurance for the bounce house? It's been said both ways at different times.
By you.
Yeah.
If it's an approved city activity, do we already have insurance for it?
Okay.
So specialized insurance. Now, whether you require your vendor to have insurance is another issue, but that's not before us. But
Okay.
my understanding is, as a city operation, it's within the current coverage for liability for insurance.
Because we do have an umbrella for the fireworks show. So we're covered on that too.
Which
you
is
have
awesome.
insurance?
This is having a bounce house and stuff like that it's a city function. It should be within the current insurance coverage.
So the person gets hurt on the bounce house, gets
The city's-
severely
Sue the city.
hurt, and
Sue the
the
city.
vendor doesn't have the liability insurance, so they sue
The city.
them and the city.
The
We,
manufacturer.
the whole 9 yards, they go crazy.
Fireworks is ultra hazardous, so
I'm
that's
just talking about the
separate.
bounce
That's-
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying, like,
You're not.
So I know dealing with City of Beaumont and all the stuff that I used to do with them, they required us to have a policy that carried so much liability, and we had to name them as one of the,
additional insurance.
exactly. Do we need to do that?
That's our
What's the matter?
standard protocol, is that our providers are insured. I don't know if we've insisted on us being named as additional insured.
A certificate holder.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've said that, but I haven't reviewed whether we've enforced that.
So you enforced that, or the city enforced that the first couple of times that we had bounce houses. But then we discussed this ad nauseum, and you told us that our coverage is adequate, that we do not have to require the people that we're leasing it from to be insured. And that's the way we've gone about this this time. And it has lowered the cost considerably, half, basically. So, I mean, I don't know, we can't go back, we can't do this time and this the next time. But I remember we had this discussion, and you told us that we have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, so for private activities where, like, the car show has a bounce house, that's on them. For us, I believe we contacted our insurance
We have a
provider,
coverage.
and I think for bounce house activities, it is not ultra hazardous, so it is covered.
Okay,
So, you know what, we should just confirm it,
okay.
so.
Confirm with our insurance.
Confirm with our insurance.
Okay.
They're usually pretty easy to get a hold of and confirm.
Sabrina, please send them an email. That way we have-
And I
we
believe
have
I did that before,
documentation.
but let's do it again.
Yeah, because the last bounce house we had out here, it was not insured by the person that brought it.
And
Well, then they should have been hired.
Most bounce houses,
Our contractors are required, independent contractors that provide services
That's
to
right.
us should be insured.
and bounce house people don't have insurance anymore because it's so high, they can't make any money.
That's
So
right.
most of them just abandon.
Well, then let's double down and make sure we confirm.
That's right.
Or ideally, find a bounce house provider who provides the insurance.
Or worst case scenario, we purchase.
pay extra
an
for it.
umbrella
Just have water slides,
to cover it.
And that's almost impossible to find too,
water slide.
for the same reason.
well, it's unfortunate, but we live in a society today that if you look at somebody sideways, they're gonna sue. And if you have an issue, and
They're gonna go
again,
after
I'm
deep pockets
talking
anyway.
as far as protection for all of us in the city. And that's where you have to do these sort of things.
Some
Yeah,
cities-
and because it's a single event, we might as well defray the cost. Go ahead and pay it. It's money well spent. If it's not already covered. And we're not getting assurances from our providers that they're insured.
I thought you said last year it wasn't very expensive.
last
So our
year
liability
and the year
insurance-
before, we got it from the same place. And it was the big place in Beaumont, and they have all that coverage. And it was literally twice.
Twice as much.
Matter of fact, a little more than.
More than twice.
More than twice.
It was over $2,000, and this is costing us $845.
I mean, just.
Roll the dice and take your chance, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, there's no taking the chance. It's
Are we
money.
voting on
can't.
this or just
No, it's
discussing?
just a discussion.
So the onus is now on the office to call our insurance provider
To make sure we
to
have
make sure we're
coverage.
covered.
Yeah, it's no different if somebody was out there on the playground and slipped and fallen, got hurt, they could sue the
Jungle
city.
gym.
The city
And if we're not
insurance covers
covered,
it.
then we pay the price to have the additional
Coverage.
coverage.
And that's what we did for the fireworks.
Yeah, in fact, when I
Purchase the
talked to our
additional insurance.
underwriter about the fireworks, she
Correct.
said, "You're covered."
Yep.
I said, "Well, can we bump that up and give us a specific use?"
Yes.
And she gave us a rider for that.
Absolutely.
So
And we could
it's
do the
over
same.
and above our regular policy, and it didn't cost us anything, I don't think.
We have covered this in the past with our insurance provider.
Yeah.
There's zero reason why not we can say, yes, we're not.
Exactly.
Excuse me, there's zero reason not to reconfirm every year.
Well, let's just get it, get on with
Let's
it.
get it done.
And if we have to, we will pay extra.
Yep.
to the
That's
insurance.
right.
All right.
All right, any reports?
Can I be first?
Okay, bud.
I rode around out here during this last rainstorm when it was really pouring down. We had a little bit of water over Sweet Gum at one point. We still have only one pipe that drains from that whole area in the front, goes through one pipe to get to the bayou over on River Bend. And I'm telling you, that pipe, water was barreling out there. And it was only over the road for just a few minutes. The only way to alleviate that is to put more pipe underneath the road so it can flow faster. Other than that, I didn't see any backups to anybody's houses. I mean, nobody, there's been a lot of outstanding drainage work done. I went to the last DD6 meeting and I met with all them and told them what a good job they were doing. And if y'all noticed, there was a lot of DD6 people out here during the thing. They were riding around picking up sticks, keeping their ditches clean. I mean, it was impressive. And I mean, I don't, the road thing, I plan to get with Brandon Willis. I want he'll come out here with his road guy, and the sides of Sweet Gum where they put that limestone is going away in some places, and we've got some drop-offs on the edge. Wesley fixed one of them. We hauled some stuff over there, and we fixed one by the office. But there's some places all the way down Sweet Gum. I'm gonna bring back to council like I did last year and approve the amount for the material. That stuff's expensive. It's outrageously expensive, but it's good. And let them do the side of Sweet Gum as needed. So I don't know how many loads we'll need, but and I don't know how many days it'll take. I'm just got to get them to look at it. But if y'all notice, there is some drop-offs on the edge of the road, and we don't have the material or manpower to fix all that stuff. So I'm going to ask the county to do it. They do it for free, and all we have to do is buy the material. So I'm gonna bring that to y'all next month when we have our meeting, and that's all I got.
Jim, you got anything?
Yeah, just real quick. As the financial, whatever my title is. Fiduciary. Part of the one thing I remember from the course I took twice, that there's a quarterly report required, and that's mainly aimed at where you're making routine transactions during that period of time. And the only transactions we've made is the ones I explained to y'all when we got set up. We've moved a good bit of money into TexPool, which is a kind of like a mutual fund financial kind of planning people for cities, and we get a little better interest rate. And if you can see it on the balance sheets and on the cost sheets, but we are getting about $4,000 a month in interest right now at the current rates from TexPool, and that's about $2,000 a month more than what we were getting. So we are making money off of moving that in there. The reason I go ahead and say this now, that is information that's available on every monthly financial report. I don't plan to have a formal report. There is a monthly printout we get from TexPool that if anybody wants to see it, we can sit down and talk about it. But the financial, as far as I'm concerned, the monthly financial report is satisfying our quarterly reporting as required. And if we make any moves, which I have no plans to do, other than, well, I'm not going to say that because I'm on the record. That would be humor. Anyway, I don't plan to make any moves with the money. We're very, very conservative move, and it's doubling our interest. So that's my quarterly report, and that will be the only quarterly report I give. Otherwise, there'll be monthly reports from now on out.
Roger, you have anything?
No, ma'am.
Don, you have anything?
I have a lot, but I'll pass.
And Jeff, what about you?
So update, this is the final meeting before our July 4th event. Things are coming in line. Everything is just, it feels good. I will just ask that that this council supports the effort 100%. Talk it up on Facebook, talk it up amongst your neighbors. You'll be seeing our decorations come out real soon. The flag holders and all that is in process. The rest of the materials will be in next week, you think? Yep. So as soon as those decorations are in, you'll see them flying at City Hall, at the Event Center. Yeah, and we'll have pre-registration for the parade probably coming up week after next, probably a week from Monday. We'll throw it out there. So if you plan to be here, I just implore you to join up, have fun, encourage your neighbors to do the same. We're going to be throwing a lot of candy. We're going to have little flags everywhere. We're going to make it a big deal. And this council means a lot to the city, and we should support it with everything we have. So,
On that, has a work order started for putting the new brackets on the
He's already
post for the
working
flag?
on it. Yeah.
yes, sir.
All right, before we dismiss, I need to have you guys help me with a special meeting next week. I need to find out date and time that you guys can meet. It's for the audit, because it's finally ready. So
Which audit?
for our yearly audit, we have to have this audit done because of the grant that we're doing. Yeah, so I need to know what day and what time you guys can meet. He cannot do it Monday.
I leave Wednesday for a week, so we can do it
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Like it's gonna be Tuesday.
Tuesday?
And it won't be
I would like early
Tuesday.
morning.
I have a doctor's appointment all day in MD Anderson.
Don, can you meet Tuesday?
I can do anything you want, Mayor,
Wow.
especially if you'd buy me
It's
a
on the
shirt.
record.
Especially if you'd buy me a shirt.
Is this going to be live for him, or is it going to be Zoom like he did last time?
No, this is a different auditor.
Different
We
auditor,
changed
okay.
companies, so, and it's also costing us less than a half.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tuesday at what time?
So-
10,000.
Tuesday. Yeah,
Tuesday at what time?
Yeah.
What time?
What time
that's,
Tuesday?
I'd like to do it early.
Hey, what time?
8 o'clock?
I could possibly make it 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, but 6 o'clock.
No, we're talking about morning.
Oh, I know, wait. What time you leave? About 4 in the morning.
Oh.
3:30.
In the
Yeah,
morning?
I like that. 3:30 a.m.
I'll get up.
3:30.
I'm not
I don't know
down here
if,
for
I
that.
don't know if the auditor can be
So,
here.
what time? 5 o'clock Tuesday?
You want to do it Tuesday
Well, I mean,
afternoon?
If these other, ones are gonna be there, you don't need me. I mean,
As long as we have a quorum, we're fine.
Yeah.
Wait, is anyone attending by
Well,
Zoom?
we
You have
are
to have
talking
a
about the
quorum
23rd.
present.
We have to have a quorum because the auditor's also going to be here.
You have to have a quorum present
Present.
if someone's going to be
Yep.
here by
Correct.
Zoom.
I'll be here. What time?
That's what I need you guys to tell me. Bud, what time? Tuesday?
4?
Roger,
I can do Tuesday.
How early?
afternoon or?
I can do 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock would be great.
8 o'clock
Get
is
it
fine.
done.
Okay.
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
All right.
So who's going to be physically present at 8 a.m.?
Everybody,
No, there ain't a choice. You have to.
Yeah,
We have
everybody
to.
There,
except for
as
Jim.
Yoda said, there is no try.
Tuesday the 23rd, right?
Yeah, you're going to be at
Yeah.
MD Anderson.
Yeah. That's fine, it's just to discuss the audit.
Yeah, 6:45.
Can I have a motion?
How much time should I time block for this?
Or do not, there is
I
no
don't know.
tray.
1 hour.
Yeah.
That's all I can give is an hour max.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
we
I
done?
think we'll rush him, tell him it's gotta be no
I gotta go
longer
to
than an hour.
Adjourn?
Calvary Baptist
Adjourn.
Church.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Hey, Captain.
It'll be delivered to her? It's on order.